Hello students, here is your science teacher Mrs. Tanushri of St. Paul's High School wishing you a very good morning. I hope students all of you are healthy and fine. Students, we have already started the discussion of our first lesson, that is the living world and the classification of microbes. In the previous session we already discussed about the classification of microbes and we discussed in details about bacteria, protozoa and fungi. Now in this session we are going to discuss about algae first. After then we will also discuss about virus. And when we will discuss about virus, there is no way we can skip the discussion of coronavirus. Okay, so let's start with the algae. Algae are eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means they have cells with well-defined nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. Algae are aquatic. That means they need water. Water is their habitat is water. Water either they grow in direct water or they grow in the damp places. That means they need water. That is why they are aquatic. Algae can be unicellular, algae can be multicellular. Now, example of unicellular algae are chlorella, chlamydomonas, etc. Examples of multicellular algae are seaweeds, kelp, etc. Algae are green in color. Why they are green in color? Because they have chloroplast. Chloroplast is there, that is why algae can prepare their own food by performing photosynthesis. So that is why algae are autotrophic, they are not dependent on others for their food. Okay, their size varies from 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer. Let's see a video about algae. Now we will discuss about Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas is unicellular algae. It is mostly a free-floating freshwater green algae found to occur in stagnant water of ditches, ponds, pools, lakes, etc. Some are marine while others occur on damp soil. Chlamydomonas looks like this under light microscope. You can see in under light microscope how it looks like this. It has a pair of flagella which are equal in size. It has vacuoles. Eye spots are present. Eye spots are photosensitive. The nucleus suspended in the cytoplasm. Chloroplast is present, that is why these are green in color and they can prepare their own food, that means they are autotrophic. Pyrenoid present. Pyrenoid helps in carbon concentrating mechanism. Chlamydomonas can reproduce both bisexually also and asexually also. Now we will see the structure of chlorella. Chlorella is unicellular algae and it occurs in varied habitats such as in freshwater, brackish water and terrestrial habitat. And the structure, what we can see, that it has chloroplast, that is why it can prepare its own food and it is autotrophic. It has pyrenoid also. Cell wall is present which is made up of cellulose. Nucleus is also present. Chlorella is non-motile, means it cannot move and it reproduces asexually by the formation of spores. That is all about chlorella. Now we are going to discuss about Spirogyra. Spirogyra is a multicellular algae. Spirogyra is the commonest freshwater green algae. It occurs in still water of ponds, tanks, pools, ditches as submerged or free-floating filament. It is also called pond silk. Vegetative body is a multicellular and unbranched filament. You can see the structure. It has cell wall which is made up of cellulose and pectose. Chloroplast gives them green color and helps in photosynthesis. Nucleus present in the center, suspended, you can tell. Pyrenoids are also present. Then cytoplasm is also present. This Spirogyra, it reproduces by vegetative reproduction and sexual reproduction. That is all about Spirogyra. Now we are going to discuss about virus. Virus is said to be organism at the age of living and non-living. Actually, virus shows both the sides like living things also and non-living things also. When virus is outside the host body, it behaves like non-living thing, just like only chemicals. And when it is inside the host body, it behaves like living things. Viruses are studied under microbiology. Micro means very, very small. These viruses are very, very small in size. Their size varies from 10 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Means they are 10 to 100 times smaller than the bacteria. They are so small that compound microscope is not enough to study them. We need electron microscope to study or observe that viruses. Now we will see what is the structure of virus. Virus contains two parts mainly. First, it contains genetic material. Genetic material consists of a long molecule of DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, or RNA, that is ribonucleic acid. And the another part is its protein coat. Now, the genetic material or this RNA or DNA is well protected by a protein coat. So that is all about the structure of a virus. Now, how it acts. To be activated, virus needs living body, and it always, or you can say it only infects living cells. And inside the host body, with the help of host body, it replicates and it produces its own protein, and then from one virus it increases its numbers. It increases from one virus, number of viruses produced in the host cell, and finally the host cell gets destroyed and the viruses comes out and further infects new cells. In this way, virus acts. Now, we will see that what are the different types of viruses are there. Viruses which that infect plants are called plant viruses. Viruses which infect animals are called animal viruses. Virus also infect bacteria, which is called bacteriophage. Now we will see what are the examples of plant viruses. Plant viruses examples we can give: tomato wilt virus, tobacco mosaic virus, etc. For animal viruses, we can give the very recent one, that is coronavirus. We can give the example of that HIV. We can give the example of virus that causes swine flu, virus that causes that dengue, etc. Here we will discuss about the structure of virus. Here the virus which we are going to discuss about is bacteriophage virus, which attacks bacteria. Now, virus has very simple structure. Mainly we can divide into two parts. One is the genetic material and another one is the covering, which is made up of protein, which is called protein coat or protein sheath. Now, they don't have any cytoplasm and also any cell organelles. So the genetic material which is made up of DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, or RNA, that is ribonucleic acid, and this genetic material is well protected by the protein covering or the protein sheath or the protein coat. So that is all about the structure of virus, which is very simple.